What's happening, fellas? Crazy Brit here, ready for some more action from the Infinity GT Manufacture Series 6, Season 6. This time, round 4 from Brands Hatch GP. So let's see who they line up on the grid. We've actually got a few races missing this week, only 10 drivers, couple of solo cars here, but I'm sure they'll have a good race nonetheless. So here we go then. Lining up on first place is Chalky. He's on the medium tyres. Next up is Aldo in that BMW, starting in second place. Third place is Caesar in the Aston, also on medium tyres. In fourth place is Dominator, the only person to start on the soft tyres. So interesting switch up for the strategy there. Gwydion, he's starting in fifth place. Line up is sixth is the Toyota GT86 of Kiwi. Full Killer lines up in 7th, followed by Magenta Fez in 8th. 9th place is Pilgrim, and 10th place is the second BMW of Tricky. Obviously he got disconnected from the last race, didn't take part in the sprint race, so he starts from the back unfortunately. Right, so let's get this show on the road. I've left the tyre information up for you guys so you can see when their tyres start to wear and their fuel goes. As the engine lights rise, wait for the green lights to come on. And it's go, go, go. Everyone gets a good start, but there's Caesar. He drops down a few places at the start then as we head now down to Paddock Hill, through Paddock Hill Bend for the first time of the race. They all get around the corner clean it. Oh, there's a bit of touch between Pilgrim and Caesar there. Manages to keep it the car through though, as now we're coming through Druids. All steady. Oh, Gwydion, there's a little bit of a moment there, as now our two teammates are heading on to Cooper Straight now, as we head down to Surtees. Chalky now leading the way. Dominic is trying to go around the outside of Aldo, as we now head up the straight towards Pilgrim's Drop. Under the bridge we go, and they thunder on now down to Hawthorns. Aldo still in that third place, still trying to have a look at Dominator there, doesn't quite do it. So Chalky leading the way as we head now through Westfields down to Dingle Dell Corner, and now onto Sheen Curve for the first time. Now through Sterling's, and then they thunder down the track now onto the next corner. It's clear ways, and then that leads into Clark Curve, and then on to start a second lap. Still close by, very close between the top three now, as Chalky, Dominator and now Aldo are still close together. In fourth place we've got Gwydion. He's leaning away from Kiwi. Kiwi's going to try and want a strong finish here, being the only car for that Toyota. Same likewise with the Lexus of Gwydion. In fifth place, Lone Ferrari, Pilgrim. He's going to want a strong finish. He's on the back of these two now. He got disconnected or whatever from the last race as well, so he's definitely needs a points haul today. Likewise with Caesar, who finished well last week, but he's the lone Aston Martin, so he's now defended from Tricky Tree as they go through Surtees for the second time. Tricky Tree looks like he gets a better exit out of that corner. He's right on the back of him now as they go through the Pilgrim's Drop onto Hawthorns. Is he going to have a look on the inside of Hawthorns? No, he's not. Now they go down Minter Straight and onto Westfields. Can he get this move done? He still doesn't. He's looking. As now they go through Dingledale Corner and Sheen Curve. There it is. Now down onto Sterling's. Can he get this move done? He's setting purple sectors obviously for the second lap. Now down they thunder down the little straight that leads down to Clearways and Clark Curve. Oh, there's a bit of a spin from Gwydion there. Let's have a look what happened there. Gets it wrong going through Clark Curve. Looks like. See those YouTube things on the top there. Very nice sponsor. Yep, gets on the curve there. Oh, unlucky for Gwydion. He's going to lose a ton of places. So he's back down to 8th. Full Killer doing a good job in 9th place. And Magenta Fez down in 10th as well. She's doing a good job as the lone Mustang this week, unfortunately. But we go back up to the front, and we've just come through Druids. Chalky is on in 1st place, leading from his teammate who's on the soft, so he's doing very well at this track. As we head now, we've gone down Cooper Straight. Now down into braking zone of 30s. You've got to be really careful on the radius of this corner. There's Aldo going on the inside of 30s. He's got a pass done on Dominator, but Dominator's still there as now they head down to Pilgrim's Drop for the 3rd time. He's still in front of him. Remember, he's on those soft tyres, so we need to see how this one plays out. As now they're coming through Derek. They're going down Derek Minter Straight, now down to Westfields. Aldo's looks like he's got him on the outside, but now they're side by side, and there's Dominator coming back on the inside line. Now through Sheen Curve, and now down to Sterling's, and now he's coming under fire from Pilgrim behind him. Now he's got to defend like crazy, as well as trying to attack. He can't attack Dominator anymore. Dominator's going to get off into 2nd as they go through Sheen Curve and Clark. Sorry, Clearways and Clark Curve, sorry. TGR Aldo still on the attack though. He's on the inside line and he gets the move done on Dominator into the braking zone for Paddock Hill. Now down to Druids. Now Dominator's going to come under fire from Pilgrim. You see that lovely livery made by, I believe, by Tricky Tree. Very well done, sir, with the livery there. And now they head through turn 3 and now onto Cooper Straight. It's still very close between these few drivers here. There's going to be a battle for 2nd, but here we see more action between Kiwi and, or is it Tricky Tree? Gwydion, sorry. So let's see what happened there. So you're coming through turn 3. Caesar goes wide. Oh, okay, so Gwydion was just avoiding Caesar. Caesar ran wide, lost the momentum there. As now they head through Surtees. Gets the good line out of the corner, and now they head down away down to Pilgrim's Drop now under the bridge. So his Caesar going to be able to get past him, come back at him, and hopefully make a move. Oh yes, he is, because Gwydion goes wide. Gwydion goes wide on the grass. Oh, he's still going wide. He managed to save the car as they head now through Westfields. Still drifting there as well. Now through Dingle Del Corner. On to Sheen Curve. There he goes. Now through Sterling's. It looks like he's regained control of the car. Very unlucky there from Gwydion. So let's run down the field then. So leading away and a sizable gap now on those medium tyres is Chalky. He's in 1st place. Aldo now in 2nd, trying to defend still from Dominator and Pilgrim as they head now up to Druids. Still doing a good job. Dominator in 3rd, trying to be on the attack, but he's got to watch out for Pilgrim behind him as they now head through turn 3. Kiwi, likewise, he's coming on now onto this battle as they go across to Cooper Straight. He's in 5th place. Tricky Tree is now slowly catching up. He's got a 3/10 for a penalty as he breaks for a corner of Surtees. But he's still doing a grand job. He's come from 10th, don't forget, so not sure if he's had any contact. As we see, there's someone spinning just coming out the exit of Paddock Hill Bend. It's Full Killer. Unlucky for their Full Killer. Not sure if he got on the gravel or not, but he regains the car, no damage, and is back in the race. So back up to 7th then. 7th is Caesar after going wide and getting past Gwydion after he lost it as they go for the Sheen Curve. We're on lap 5 already now. He's doing a grand old job. Gwydion in 8th place, recovering after that little adventure he did into the grass. Managed to keep it out of the wall, managed to regain the car. So now he's going to try and regain the pace and momentum that he had and get back up to the sharp end of the field. Magenta Fez, because Full Killer lost it in turn 1, she's now up into 9th place, doing a great job, and Full Killer in 10th. I think I remember someone saying that he's or him saying that he's new to GT Sport, so he's just learning all the time. As you can see, he's got more decals on the car as well, more sponsors. That's always a good thing. Supporting NHS and Sparkle and Infinity decals. We Are Driven. Check them out on Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. So back up to the front then. DMK Choky, sorry, is now coming through Sheen Curve. Now down to Sterling's as he leads the way, sets another purple sector. A little bit on the exit curb there. I think now it's calmed down a little bit, or has it? Because we've got Outdoor, Dominator and Pilgrim still together. Is Dominator going to go for an overtake? Can he get it done through Clark Curve? Does he get the better exit to get on the straight? And down to turn 1 at Paddock Hill. We're not even 10 minutes into this race yet, but it's looking like it's going to be hotting up sometime soon, as this is pretty much the only battle on track at the minute. With Choky out there leading the way, it's going to be a close battle for 2nd place and 3rd place. Get those top spots in the podium. As Aldo just edges out now a little bit, but here comes Dominator. He's trying around the. He's going to try around the outside. Is he going to try and get an overtake? Maybe a crossover move. Get the switchback done. Doesn't look like he's close enough now, but he's right on the bumper of him as they go on the grass. Great defending from there by Aldo. Makes the inside line his. He's going to have to force Dominator all the way around the outside. Can he get it done? Doesn't look like he's going to get it done this time as they head through Westfields. Now through Dingle Dell and onto Sheen Curve. As they drop down now, down to Sterling's. You've got to be careful on the grass and the gravel there on the exit. Likewise on this corner as well. You don't want to end up in the gravel because it will lose you a ton of time. As now they head down to Clearways and through Clark Curve. And now to the start-finish straight to start another lap. Obviously, it's not a straight as a classic straight would be, because it's curved and it's banked as well. So you've got to be careful. As we see Tricky Tree going to the pit, then he's pitting on the from the medium tyres. So he's possibly going for a 2-stop then. Be a 2-stop strategy for Tricky Tree. And he's already out the pits, didn't refuel or anything. Now he's on the soft tyres and he comes out back in 7th. So already strategy at play then, 10 minutes into the race. Very quick pit stop here at Brands, so a 2-stop is possible. Whether you play your cards right and do the 2 strategy to perfection is another thing. And of course, you don't want to be pitting too early and chuck yourself back in traffic where it's going to hinder you if you're coming in from the medium tyres to the softs. So got to watch out for that. But now it's pretty much spread out. Apart from this battle in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, Aldo leading away from Dominator, and Pilgrim at the back of this little battle here. As now they head through Sterling's. Aldo's going to try and want to just edge that gap a little bit. Is he going to come into the pits this time after his teammates pitted in the previous lap? Does he pit in? No, he doesn't. So they're going to go on for another lap now to lap 9 as they come across the start-finish straight. Aldo edging that gap away. We've got a yellow flag up front. Is that for one of the back markers maybe? Not sure. Was it for Choky or was it for some? Yeah, it's Magenta Fez. Looks like she had a moment with the car, but she's back to racing now as they head now through turn 3, now onto the Cooper straight and down to Surtees. Aldo still edging that gap away, so we concentrate now on Dominator. He's going to have to defend, or is he, from Pilgrim as they head now through Surtees up the hill as they now thunder across the straight. out of the corner, down to Pilgrim's drop. Is he going to try and make a move? He's not very close enough this time. It looks like it's pretty much status quo, but again, Dominator's on those soft tyres, Pilgrim's on the medium tyres. So you would have thought that Dominator has done enough to just edge out Pilgrim, but when Dominator gets in the pits and goes on the medium tyres, it could change. We'll have to see, but Pilgrim's doing a very good job to stick with him on the medium tyres. There's not a lot of performance difference between the two tyres, it seems, as now they head through Clark Curve. Now to start another lap. Tricky Tree doesn't, Aldo doesn't pit again yet. Tricky Tree, his teammate, still in 7th. There's not really any more battles going on track. There's Kiwi in 5th place. Caesar in 6th. He's done a great job coming to start lap 10 now. Tricky Tree in 7th. He possibly could be catching out Caesar. It looks like that gap is coming down. Gwydion now down to 8th after that little moment he had. Full Killer in 9th. He's about to get lapped as he just comes out of Surtees there. And likewise Magenta Fez is just getting lapped. Oh no, she gets it wrong, gets out wide, goes on the gravel and the grass. Very unlucky for Magenta Fez there. But she's doing a great job still. She's going to get a top 10 finish with other people not being here, so at least she's attending and she's going to get points that other people are forfeiting because they're not here. But back up to the front then, Chalky is now leading the way. Oh, and he gets it wrong, coming through Sheen Curve. Gets on the grass and he's going to lose that top spot, and here's his teammate. He's going to capitalise as well, maybe. Absolutely dreadful mistake there from Chalky. Is he thinking about coming in the pits? We go back to Aldo Eagles for another lap. Nobody comes in the pits. So now Chalky's coming under fire from Pilgrim. Pilgrim's allowed him. It's allowed him back up here. His teammate got stuck behind him. Can Dominator go around the outside, use those soft tyres to his advantage? He gets on the outside. Oh, he gets a little shove by Pilgrim. Oh, very bad there. Let's go on board with Pilgrim. So they're side by side coming down the start-finish straight. Now down to Planet Hill Bend. Dominator goes round the outside, gets a little touch there. Oh, Pilgrim gets on the curb, it looks like, gets him spat out, and he has contact with Dominator. Very unfortunate there. There's Chalky. He's waiting for his teammate for some reason. Or he's just, yeah, he's waiting. Why is he waiting for? Why? It wasn't his fault. But anyway, so Dominator mile back past Chalky. Chalky felt like he had to wait there. Not really nothing that he did. It was Pilgrim that had the contact with Dominator. So Dominator now to 3rd. Pilgrim now in 2nd place after that altercation. But leading the way again is Aldo. He's got through. Unfortunate for Chalky, had a mistake, went onto the grass. That caused that chaos there on that lap. As now he heads through Sheen Curve, now down to Sterling's. And we're up at lap 11. Is he going to pit this time? Or is he going for a one-stop? I think it's coming close to the end of the realms of where you would try to stop. Nope, he goes for another lap, so I think he's definitely on a one-stop then. Pilgrim also coming past, he's probably on a one-stop as well. Dominator likewise, he's going for a one-stop. Same with Chalky and Kiwi. Kiwi now all of the back of Chalky, so Chalky down from the lead, down to 4th. Maybe going to lose the position now to Kiwi to 5th. Oh, nice little slide there from Chalky. Absolute gorgeous car control there. Great job by Chalky there. He could have easily lost it and snapped it and gone into the gravel, but he regained it now as they head through turn 3. The little It's like a little kink of a corner, but you still have to use the brakes. Now they're going to go down Cooper Straight, now down towards Surtees. Through Surtees and up the hill, now down towards Pilgrim's Drop. Let's see if we can, I think this is the only battle on track at the minute, because we've got Tricky Tree now in 6th place after getting past Caesar. Caesar now down to 7th. It's followed a bit of a gap there to Gwydion in 8th place, then there's Full Killer in 9th, and then Magenta Fez in 10th. Looks like these two are close together. Could be a battle for 9th place. But apart from that, it's not. Everyone's pretty much spread out still. As Aldo leads the way now, coming to start lap 13. He's got a sizable gap to 2nd place of Pilgrim. Then there's another sizable gap now to Dominate and Chalky as they come through Clark Curve to start another lap. Then we've got Kiwi in 5th, he's coming through. Then we've got Tricky Tree, sorry. Dominator's gone in the pits now from the soft tyres, so let's see what he does. Is he going to refill the tank? I believe he does. He's refilling the tank all the way as he gets ready to leave the pits. There he goes. Great job by the pit team there, and he's out already in 8th place. Loses he comes out in 7th place, sorry, so just loses 1 spot to Caesar, but now he's on the medium tyres. Caesar's on the medium tyres still. He hasn't been in the pits, so Dominating in a great position here. But can he go to the end of the race from here? We've only got 20 minutes left, pretty much, so he might be able to do it if he can save the tyre wear. It's filled the tank until the end of the race, so it's possible. There's a little bit of a nudge there, just letting him Caesar know that he's there. He's all over the back of him as they come out now. Surtees now down to Pilgrim's Drop. Can he get the slipstream? Can he get a move down coming into Hawthorns? He's going to stick behind him. Does he try and get the inside line for the next corner? Down Millington Straight they go. Now down to Westfields. Still looking at this. Still looking at the back of this Aston Martin as they're going to go from Dingledale Corner now down to Sheen Curve. Oh, Caesar loses it on the grass there. Just goes a bit wide, so that's going to allow Dominator to go past in 6th place. So he gets that 6th place from Caesar as we now head back up to the top of the grid. We've got Aldo leading the way still. He's got a couple of second advantage over Pilgrim. Pilgrim's in 2nd. Now coming down through turn 3. In 3rd place is Chalky. He still needs to pit. Tricky Tree and those soft tyres, he's up to 4th place now after Dominator pitted. So he's doing well on that soft tyres. He needs to pull a gap to 5th place to be able to come out the pits again in 4th. And still in 4th as he goes through Surtees. He needs fuel and he's going to need another set of soft tyres. So let's see if he can pull this 2-stop strategy off. Dominator in 5th now. He should be good towards the end of the race. Caesar 6th place. He still needs to pit, so he's definitely going long on a 1-stop. Hopefully he has enough pace at the end to make a few positions up. Gwydion likewise, he's doing the same strategy it looks like as Magenta Fez heads into the pits. And no, Full Killer, we catch Full Killer as he goes around. Very unlucky there. Just gets on the, looks like he got on maybe wide on the curb there as he comes through turn 3. Now down to Surtees. He's going to have dirty tyres as it goes a little bit wide in Surtees, but he keeps it on the track. Magenta Fez comes out the pits. She's now down through Druids and down turn 3. And she's now on the soft tyres, so she's going to want a couple of spots. As you can see, Aldo's just gone past. Now we head back up to the top of the field as we're on lap 15 now. Aldo still leading the way. Caesar's gone into the pits now, so we see Caesar pit. Is Gwydion going to pit? No, he's gone for an extra lap, so Caesar's into the pit now. He's going to get the tyres and the fuel that he needs. So Aldo leading the way. He's got a really big gap now for Chalky. Chalky down up into second again now. Something must have happened with Pilgrim. Yes, there has. He's had contact with the wall. Let's see where. Oh, bad mistake from Pilgrim there. Let's see what happened. Heading down into 30. Just he doesn't brake. It looks like brakes too late. Gets on the grass and can't steer, and into the wall he goes. So another costly mistake from one of the top runners. And there's Tricky Tree in fourth. Already behind him. He's got damage. He's already got, he's got worn tyres on the mediums. He still has to pit. There's Tricky Tree on the two-stop strategy in fourth place, and is now all over the back of Pilgrim. So that costly mistake is possibly going to cost him a podium maybe today. As now they head through Dingledale Curve and now to Sheen Curve. Now down to Sterling's. Gotta be careful on that exit, remember. Now we go down the straight now, down to Clearways and Clark Curve to end the lap. He's got rid of that damage now. Is he gonna go in the pits now? Oh, it's close, but he does. So that's Tricky Tree up into third. Pilgrim now in the pits. So we head back up to the start, up to the top of the field. Aldo still leading the way in first. Chalky in second. There's the yellow flag. Is that for one of the back markers? Oh, it's Magenta Fez who's lost it. What's happened to her? Let's have a little replay. She regains it. So she's lost it coming out of Paddock Hill, going up to the run up to Druids then. Oh, just got on the curb, a little bit on the gravel. Oh, that's a big one for the Mustang driver there. Very unfortunate for Magenta Fez there. As we've only got 9 drivers now. I believe we've lost Kiwi then. So Kiwi not in this race anymore. As we look at Aldo now coming through Surtees. He's now still in the lead. Got quite a bit of sizable gap to second place of Chalky. Chalky now coming on the run down to Surtees. He gets around the corner very well. Running those medium tyres still in. He still needs to pit. So Chalky in second. Then Tricky Tree now up into third. He's beginning to get very low on fuel, and as you can see, there's pretty much a lot of wear on the front left tyre there, on the soft tyres. So he's going to come in the pits pretty soon, I would have thought. Dominator now in fourth, coming round 30s with Pilgrim right behind him in fifth place. He's coming the pits, so he's going to the end of the race. Likewise with Pilgrim, he's fueled to the end of the race on the soft tyres now. Gwydion still needs to pit from the mediums. He's up in 6th place now on the run down to Pilgrim's Drop. 7th place is Caesar, just coming round 30s now. He's been in the pits as well on the soft tyres and should be fueled enough to the end of the race. Full Killer, he's in 8th place, being in the pits, just coming out of Druids now, down to turn 3. Setting good times as we see Chalky then going into the pits, so he's going to leave that 3rd place and retire into the pits and get those soft tyres. Magenta Fez in 9th place. She's pitted recently and she's just about to be lapped by Dominator. So let's see where Chalky comes out then. He's just gained some fuel. Eric, out he comes. He's going to come out in 5th place behind his teammate. Is he going to beat Gwydion? He does beat Gwydion very close to the white line there. You've got to be careful of that. But he's now on the soft tyres. So let's go back up to the front then. We've got Aldo in first. He's very low on the fuel. He's probably going to be coming in the pits in the next lap or two. Tricky Tree, likewise, is very low on fuel as well. He may come in the end of this lap and follow his teammate. He's going to get some more soft tyres. So he's now in 2nd place with a really big gap to 3rd place. 3rd and 4th, pretty close. Pilgrim's found his way past Dominator. So Pilgrim on those soft tyres should drive away now as they come down through Pilgrim's Drop. Should drive away from Dominator because Dominator's on the medium tyres there now. Chalky in 5th, he's close by. He's just been in the pits. He's been in he's got soft tyres on, so he may close that gap to his teammate and actually pass him for that 4th place then. Gwydion's still in 6th. He's probably going to come in the pits at the end of this lap. He's low on fuel. As we go back up to the top, is Aldo going to pit? He's not pitted. Is Tricky Tree going to pit? No, he's going for another lap. So these guys should be pitting on the end of this lap then. Pilgrim with half-second penalty as he comes through Clark Curve. Now start another lap. We're edging closer, just 10 minutes left then, 26.5 minutes in the race. Dominator coming through in 4th. And right behind him is Jokey. He's on the charge. He's surely going to get his teammate before the end of the race. Gwydion then going into the pits now finally. He comes on the soft tyres, some fuel to the end of the race. Caesar now coming through in 7th, so Gwydion probably going to drop now down to 7th place. Full Killer, he's coming round. He's in 8th place. He's a few laps behind these guys. As you can see, Gwydion's on lap 17 now. And Full Killer's only on lap 16. Magenta Fez, she's also on lap 16. But great race from these two at the back. You know, sticking it out to the end. They're going to get decent points, 8th and 9th in this race. So obviously they're capitalising from people not being here. As Aldor comes in the pits then. Aldor is in the pits. This Tricky Tree, oh he's past Full Killer, that's it, right. So he's going to come in the pits now for some more fuel and a fresh set of soft tyres, and he's going to go to the end of the race. So both the BMWs then are going to be on the soft tyres. Out comes Aldo, he switches now onto the soft tyres. Half a tank of fuel, should be fueled enough to the end of the race. Great strategy from the BMW drivers then. Pilgrim now finds himself. Is he going to beat Tricky Tree out of the pits? He is. He's now up into 2nd place. Choky's going to come past. Is he going to pit? It's going to be close with Tricky Tree. There's Tricky Tree now coming on the inside line. Gets out of the way of Choky. So Choky got past his teammate. Now he's got up into 3rd, but it's going to be a close battle between him and his and Tricky Tree. Tricky Tree's only got a half fuel tank, so he's going to be lighter as well. Choky's got nearly a full tank of fuel. So, bit of a miscalculation with the fuel then there. Or maybe he can't fuel save. It says he's on automatic gears on the little screen graphic there. So, that's possibly why he's managed to decide to take the extra fuel on board. But Tricky Tree says he's on automatic as well. So, very interesting between the two cars here. Obviously, Choky decides that he needs that extra fuel. Likewise with Dominator, he's on automatic as well. He's just running his line on those medium tyres. Now coming through Dingle Dell corner onto Sheen Curve. And on the way down now to Sterling's. Doesn't run wide on the grass very well. Comes down Sterling's. And now down the little straight. Oh, gets on the grass a little bit there, a bit wide. Managed to keep the car and not lose too much time. Through Clark Curve now. And off he goes now to start lap 20 as we nearly hit that 30-minute mark. So back up to the front then we've got Aldo leading the way a sizable distance to Pilgrim, who's now only just coming through Druids. Oh, gets a little bit wrong there, goes a bit wide. That's going to make him lose a bit of time now to the guys behind him. Choky's still in front of Tricky Tree, just doing enough. Sets a new personal sector time there. Tricky Tree has got the fastest lap of a 1:30.4, so good times from him. And he's following Choky now through Surtees. He's getting ever closer and closer, but there's Dominator behind him. He shouldn't be an issue though for Tricky Tree as he's on the medium tyres. So unless Tricky Tree makes a big mistake or Choky, then Dominator should probably finish this race in 5th place. Caesar is a bit of a ways back in 6th place on those soft tyres. Gwydion, he's now coming through Druids and he's on the soft tyres as well. A bit of a lonely race for him at the minute. Full Killer in 8th, doing a great job at the back of the field. Likewise with Magenta Fez, she's doing a great job as well. I haven't come across Magenta Fez before, so I'm not sure whether this is her first proper league championship or whether she's done others in the past, but great job so far in this season by Magenta Fez. So back up to the lead then. Aldo still leading the way. He's got the fastest lap now, 1:29.4. So great job by him. Pips his teammate for the fastest lap overall. Second place is Pilgrim. He's just doing enough at the minute, but he's got a fast approaching Choky and Tricky Tree behind him. Is he going to come under fire before the end of this race? They definitely look like they've got the pace and the momentum now coming into the later stages of this race. And only just over 8 minutes to go, so it's just going to be a couple of more laps. I think it's about a between a 27-29 lap race. I think it's 27 laps, so should be only 6 more laps to go. And see Choky still doing enough to keep in front of Tricky. Coming now through Dingle Dell and Sheen Curve on the way down now to Sterling's. Does he get wide? He doesn't. Great driving from the both here. Now down onto the straight that leads down to Clearways and Clark Curve. They both come through. Still status quo pretty much between these two now. The gap is staying the same. Choky doing enough as they come across the line. 130 for Choky and 130.2 for Tricky. As we head back now, dominating now in 5th. He's just coming across the start finish line. It's a 131 for him. Nearly a 132 there. Caesar's coming now through Clark Curve. Easy comes down this start finish. Got into 6th because Gwydion went into the pits on 7th. He comes across the line. He's going to post a 131. Gwydion now coming through Sterling's. As I said before, pretty much lonely race for him, but he's going to do enough for that 7th place as it stands at the minute. Comes through Clark Curves round the last corner. He's going to come across the line and he's going to post a 132.9. Full Killer coming down. Pilgrim's drop. He's still got that 8th place. And Magenta Fez, she's just coming out of Druids now down to turn 3, and she's doing a decent job in. As I say that, she locks up a little bit, locks her brakes up a little bit, but she's doing a great job overall in 9th place there. So back up to the front, Aldo now on lap 23. 6 minutes left to go in this race now. He's doing a great job. We're actually going to get a live timing to see what gaps they are. So Aldo has a 17-second gap to Pilgrim now. Has Pilgrim just made a mistake? No, it must just have updated as we went past. So 17-second gap between Aldo and Pilgrim. Choky is a further 2.4 seconds back from Pilgrim, and it seems to be staying around the same gap there. Might be coming down a little bit. Tricky Tree is a further 2 seconds behind Choky. Then it's 13 seconds to Dominator, another 13 seconds to Caesar, and then Gwydion's 24 seconds back from El Caesar. Full Killer's got no gap, but then there's the Mustang of Magenta Fez, and she's 25 seconds behind Full Killer. So not really much happening now. It's all pretty much spread out. The closest battle I can see is this one that's brewing, as Pilgrim now comes through Westfields there. Now through Dingle Dell and Sheen Curve. Still doing enough at the minute just to keep a gap between him and Choky, but it's coming down. Choky's here now, coming round Sterling's. There's Tricky Tree as well behind him. Is this battle going to get any closer, and are we going to see maybe a different person on the podium for 2nd place and 3rd place? Can Choky get up to Pilgrim? Surely if anybody makes a mistake now, it's going to cost them really, really big. As now they head through Paddock Hill, now up to the Druids. Got to be very careful on the throttle application. Then out we go. Run wide on the exit curve there. Now through turn 3, sets a purple sector time there. Get a little bit on the curb there. Just get the run out, get the momentum. There's Tricky Tree behind him. Now down to the run to 30s. It's very, very important to get a good line out of this corner. Get the momentum up the hill. Fires you up the hill. Now down to Pilgrim drop, and we go under the bridge. on the way down to Hawthorns now. It's important to get a good line round here. You don't want to run wide, don't want to lose too much speed going down there. Now we go to Westfields. That leads into Dingle Dell Corner. You don't want to cut the curb too much on these, and you don't want to break. You want to brake enough so you don't get wide. Through Sheen Curve, now down to Sterling's. Important to keep the speed. Only a little bit of a brake application there. Now down the run to Clearways and Clark Curve. That gap looks like it's coming down even further and further every time we come through this corner. Now onto the start-finish straight to start another lap. This is going to be lap 25 we're on now. Just under 3 minutes to go. And now down through Paddock Hill. That's a lap of the track on board with watching Chalky. So we're going back up to the front now. Aldo's just coming through Surtees. Now onto this straight. Down to Pilgrim's Drop. He's got a sizable gap to second place, so as it stands now, he's definitely going to take the victory and the win. Pilgrim still doing enough in second place to keep Chalky and Tricky Tree behind him. Still got that gap. I'd say it's probably around 2 seconds, maybe just under 2 seconds. His sector blue sector time. Good personal best time there. He's got Chalky behind him. I'd say it's pretty much the same way, but Chalky's got that extra fuel on board. Tricky Tree now low on the fuel as well. Is he going to make it for another couple of laps? Very well, very good driving there, very good line through the corners there. Now we come down through Sterling's. There's a bit of a slow sector time there, but he's still doing enough for that 4th place. As we now head down to 5th place, dominating 5th. He's still doing a grand job in 5th place, just managing those medium tyres and that fuel to the end of the race now. Caesar now down in 6th. He's low on the fuel. Is he going to make it to the end of the race? Surely there's going to be another lap for him. Same way Gwydion is good on the fuel. He's now until we're onto lap 25. We head back up to the front then, as Aldo now is potentially on the last lap. As he comes, I think he might just make it onto another lap. He's low on the fuel. Still got that gap to second place. Pilgrim in second. Still doing a good job, and there seems to be a gap that's formed between... Oh, Chalky's lost it somewhere. What's happened to Chalky? Let's see. Let's rewind it properly. Oh, he did the same as Magenta Fez. Gets into the wall. It's just a mirror image of what happened to Magenta Fez there. Got on the curb there, a bit on the gravel. Spun the car around and away he went. Very unfortunate for the Mercedes driver there. So it looks like now Chalky and Dominator, the two teammates from Mercedes, are going to finish in 4th and 5th. But now Tricky Tree gets propelled up into 3rd. So if he can manage the fuel for this last lap, he's surely going to take 3rd place in the podium. Good result from the BMW driver there, just holding his own. Those around him made mistakes. So a great drive from him. So Aldo then, coming round Sterling's. Is he going to make it onto another lap? As he heads now down to Clearways and Clark Curve. We watch him as he comes round the final turn now. 15 seconds to go into that 40-minute mark. He should make another lap. He might be the only one to make another lap at this rate, actually. There he goes, on to the final lap. Pilgrim now coming down the straight that leads to Clark Curve. But as we head quickly, Magenta Fez is going to come across the line, and she finishes in 9th place. Pilgrim's going to come across the line. He finishes 2nd. A little bit of a weave in there. Good job from him. Tricky Tree comes now down the start-finish straight, and he's going to finish in 3rd and take that last podium spot. Chalky come across in 4th. Flash of the lights. Great job from him. Unfortunate of that mistake on the last few laps there. Dominator, he's going to get a solid finish in 5th place. Absolute superb driving. Caesar now coming through Surtees. No, sorry, not Sterling. Sterling's, not Surtees, sorry. He's going to come across now. Down the run down to Clearways. and Clark for the final time, and he's going to take that 6th place. A bit of a lonely race for him. Not sure if this is one of his strong tracks or not, but all the while, still a great job. As we see, I think it's Full Killer now. Yep, he's going to come across the line to finish, and a bit on the grass there. He takes 8th place. Here comes Gwydion. I think he nearly got lapped from Aldo. Aldo was that far, but he finishes in 7th, and now we go back up to the stop, and there's Aldo. He's going to get the best lap, fastest lap, and finish in 1st place. So well done, another victory for Aldo. Bit of news for the Infinity GT Manufacturer Series. After the sprint race, which I will try to get out in the next few days, the 2 BMW drivers, Tricky Tree and Aldo, will be moving to League 2. So that's a little promotion from them. So that may propel Pilgrim, Caesar, the other top guns in this in League 3 to get some more victories and some more points. But until next time, I've been the Crazy Brit. Goodbye.